Welcome to All-Time Epic Stories. Today, we present, The Great Pyramid's Hidden Purpose, Ancient Engineering Meets Cosmic Secrets. In the heart of the Giza Plateau, where desert winds whisper secrets of millennia past, three colossal structures pierce the horizon, challenging everything we believe about ancient civilizations. The Great Pyramid of Khufu stands as humanity's most enigmatic monument, its 2.5 million limestone blocks assembled with precision that defies conventional explanations of Bronze Age technology. For centuries, scholars proclaimed these structures as mere tombs for pharaohs, yet no mummy has ever been found within the Great Pyramid's chambers, raising profound questions about its true purpose. Modern engineers marvel at the pyramid's orientation, aligned to true north with an accuracy of 3/60ths of a single degree, a feat challenging even contemporary surveying technology. The ancient builders positioned this monument at the exact center of Earth's landmass, a geographical precision requiring knowledge of the planet's complete continental configuration. Within its geometry lies encoded the mathematical constant pi, the golden ratio, and precise measurements of Earth's dimensions, suggesting the structure serves as a stone encyclopedia of cosmic knowledge. The pyramid's height multiplied by 1 billion equals the distance from Earth to the Sun, a correlation that transcends coincidence and speaks to sophisticated astronomical understanding. Each face of the pyramid contains exactly the same surface area as the square of its height, demonstrating mathematical relationships the ancient Egyptians supposedly did not possess. The original white limestone casing stones, polished to reflect sunlight like mirrors, would have made the pyramid visible from mountains in Israel, creating a beacon visible across hundreds of miles. Modern analysis reveals the casing stones were cut and fitted with tolerances of 1/50th of an inch, precision matching contemporary optical instrument manufacturing standards. The internal passages aligned precisely with specific stars, with the northern shaft pointing directly at Thuban, the pole star of ancient Egypt's sky during the pyramid's construction. The southern shafts targeted Orion's belt and Sirius, stars the ancient Egyptians associated with Osiris and Isis, weaving mythology and astronomy into stone architecture. These stellar alignments were not static decorations but functional instruments, potentially serving as celestial calendars or markers for specific astronomical events crucial to ancient Egyptian cosmology. The Grand Gallery, ascending at a precise 26-degree angle, features corbelled walls of polished limestone that create an acoustic resonance chamber of extraordinary properties. Sound experiments within this chamber reveal it amplifies specific frequencies while dampening others, suggesting intentional acoustic design for purposes beyond simple construction. The pyramid's internal temperature remains constant at 20 degrees Celsius regardless of external desert conditions, indicating sophisticated understanding of thermodynamic principles. Granite beams weighing up to 70 tons were transported from quarries 500 miles away, then lifted and positioned with millimeter precision in the king's chamber ceiling. No copper tools of the period could have cut this granite, yet the surfaces show tool marks indicating precision cutting and drilling that remains unexplained by conventional archaeology. The sarcophagus in the king's chamber, carved from a single block of red granite, produces a resonant frequency when struck, suggesting it may have served purposes beyond burial. Measurements of the sarcophagus reveal it contains exactly the same volume as the biblical Ark of the Covenant, connecting ancient Egyptian wisdom to other esoteric traditions. The pyramid's four faces are actually slightly concave, visible only from the air, creating 8 sides that align with the equinoxes when the sun casts shadows revealing this hidden geometry. This subtle architectural feature requires surveying and construction techniques that exceed the capabilities attributed to Bronze Age civilizations by mainstream archaeology. The pyramid's base covers 13 acres with a perfectly level foundation that varies by less than an inch across its entire expanse, demonstrating extraordinary surveying precision. Geologists examining the pyramid's limestone blocks discovered they contain microscopic shells found only in layers 100 feet below the pyramid's base elevation. This geological evidence contradicts the official narrative of quarrying techniques, suggesting methods of stone manipulation or transportation not acknowledged by conventional theories. The mortar used between blocks has been analyzed but cannot be reproduced with modern chemistry, remaining stronger than the limestone blocks themselves after 45 centuries. Electromagnetic surveys reveal unusual energy patterns within the pyramid's chambers, with measurements showing concentrations of electromagnetic energy in specific architectural features. These energy concentrations align with the positions of the Grand Gallery and King's Chamber, suggesting the architecture was designed to channel or manipulate electromagnetic forces. Some researchers propose the pyramid functioned as a massive capacitor, with the limestone exterior acting as an insulator and the granite interior serving as a conductor. The gold capstone that once crowned the pyramid would have served as an ideal conductor for this proposed energy system, potentially transmitting power across vast distances. Ancient texts describe the pyramid's capstone as the Benben stone, associated with the primordial mound of creation and the landing place of the gods, merging cosmology with construction. The pyramid sits atop a natural underground aquifer, with water flowing beneath its foundation, potentially contributing to the proposed electrical generation through piezoelectric effects in the limestone. Granite, the material chosen for the king's chamber, contains high concentrations of quartz crystals capable of generating electrical charges when subjected to pressure or vibration. The 5 relieving chambers above the king's chamber, constructed with 43 massive granite beams, may have been designed to create harmonic resonance rather than simply distribute weight. When the Earth's natural seismic vibrations pass through these chambers, they could theoretically amplify specific frequencies, converting mechanical energy into electrical energy through the quartz-bearing granite. The descending passage leads to a subterranean chamber carved into bedrock, roughly hewn unlike the precision of the upper chambers, suggesting different construction phases or purposes. This lower chamber sits directly above the underground water source, potentially serving as a resonance chamber for water vibrations, amplifying their effects throughout the structure above. Ancient Egyptian texts speak of the pyramid as a place where the pharaoh would undergo transformation, ascending to join the imperishable stars, suggesting ritualistic rather than sepulchral functions. The absence of any decoration or hieroglyphics within the Great Pyramid, unlike every other Egyptian tomb, reinforces its distinction as something fundamentally different from a burial monument. The so-called air shafts, too small for human passage, maintain precise angles of 39 and 45 degrees, dimensions that appear designed for directing energy rather than providing ventilation. In 1993, a robot exploring the southern shaft discovered a small door with copper handles, beyond which lies an undiscovered chamber that may hold answers to the pyramid's true purpose. Recent thermal scanning revealed an anomaly on the pyramid's northeastern edge, where internal temperatures differ significantly from surrounding areas, suggesting hidden chambers or passages. Muon particle detectors, used to peer inside the pyramid without excavation, have identified a large void above the Grand Gallery, a massive space whose purpose remains completely unknown. The 3 pyramids of Giza align with uncanny precision to the 3 stars of Orion's belt as they appeared in 10,500 BC, suggesting astronomical knowledge predating accepted Egyptian chronology. This correlation with Orion connects to Egyptian mythology where Osiris, god of death and rebirth, was associated with the constellation, suggesting the pyramids represent a terrestrial map of celestial realms. The Nile River's course mirrors the Milky Way's position in the sky during this same epoch, creating a cosmic diagram on Earth's surface with the pyramids marking specific stellar positions. This alignment suggests the entire Giza plateau was designed as an astronomical instrument, potentially serving as a massive sundial or celestial observatory operating at landscape scale. The Sphinx, guarding the pyramid complex, shows water erosion patterns that geologists claim require thousands of years of rainfall, impossible in the desert climate of the past 5,000 years. This geological evidence points to construction during a wetter climate period, pushing the Sphinx's age back to at least 7000 BC, millennia before the emergence of Egyptian civilization. The Sphinx originally may have had a lion's head proportional to its body, later recarved into a pharaoh's face, explaining the disproportionate scale of the current head. A lion-headed sphinx facing east would align with the constellation Leo at the spring equinox of 10,500 BC, the same epoch encoded in the Pyramid Orion correlation. Seismic surveys beneath the Sphinx's paws detected rectangular chambers and connecting tunnels, possibly containing the fabled Hall of Records mentioned in ancient Egyptian legends. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, claimed these chambers contained records of Atlantean civilization, preserved by survivors who brought advanced knowledge to Egypt before the flood. Whether Atlantis represents literal history or metaphorical wisdom, the pyramid's engineering suggests a sudden emergence of sophisticated knowledge rather than gradual technological development. The pyramid texts, humanity's oldest religious writings found in later pyramids, describe the pharaoh's journey through the stars, possibly referencing navigational or astronomical knowledge encoded in the Great Pyramid's architecture. These texts speak of the pharaoh transforming into an Akh, a transfigured spirit of light, perhaps describing an energetic process facilitated by the pyramid's proposed electromagnetic properties. Modern scientists studying consciousness have discovered that electromagnetic fields affect human brain states, potentially explaining why ancient initiates underwent transformative experiences within the pyramid's chambers. The king's chamber's dimensions create a resonant frequency that matches the Earth's natural electromagnetic frequency, potentially inducing altered states of consciousness in human occupants. At this specific frequency, known as the Schumann resonance, human brainwaves naturally synchronize, potentially explaining why the chamber was designed with such precise acoustic and electromagnetic properties. The Queen's Chamber, positioned at the pyramid's geometric center, features a corbelled ceiling and mysterious shafts that don't reach the pyramid's exterior, suggesting a different functional purpose. Salt deposits on the chamber's walls indicate a chemical process once occurred here, possibly involving the production of diluted hydrochloric acid through the interaction of specific minerals. If the pyramid functioned as an energy device, the Queen's Chamber's chemical reactions combined with the King's Chamber's electromagnetic properties could have created a primitive but effective power generation system. The entire structure, with its precise mathematical relationships and astronomical alignments, may represent a three-dimensional textbook, preserving advanced knowledge in architectural form for future generations. This interpretation explains why such enormous resources were invested in the structure. It was not a tomb but a time capsule of wisdom, designed to survive catastrophes that might destroy written records. The pyramid's construction required moving approximately 2,300,000 blocks averaging 2.5 tons, completed allegedly in 20 years of Khufu's reign. This timeline requires placing one block every 2 minutes, working day and night without pause, an impossibility with copper tools and rope, the only technology officially attributed to the builders. Some researchers propose the builders possessed knowledge of sound levitation, using specific frequencies to reduce the apparent weight of stones, a technology mentioned in various ancient legends. Tibetan texts describe monks using drums and trumpets to move heavy stones up cliffs, while Coral Castle in Florida demonstrates one modern man's mysterious ability to manipulate multi-ton blocks alone. The pyramid's construction may have utilized understanding of sonic frequencies, magnetism, or other natural forces that mainstream science has only recently begun to investigate seriously. Ancient Egyptian legends speak of the gods teaching humanity the secrets of stone cutting and construction, possibly referencing a more advanced civilization that preceded the dynastic period. The inventory stela, discovered at Giza, claims Khufu only renovated the pyramids and Sphinx, finding them already ancient, directly contradicting the official archaeological narrative. This stela, though dismissed by Orthodox Egyptology, aligns with geological evidence of the Sphinx's extreme age and suggests the pyramids may have been inherited rather than built by dynastic Egyptians. The complete absence of any contemporary building inscriptions within the Great Pyramid supports this theory, as later Egyptian pharaohs invariably documented their construction projects exhaustively. Herodotus, writing in 450 BC, recorded Egyptian priests telling him the pyramid was built 100,000 years before his time, a chronology ridiculed by modern scholars. Yet radiocarbon dating of organic materials from the pyramid has yielded dates centuries older than the officially accepted construction period, adding scientific weight to revisionist chronologies. The pyramid's mathematical encoding of Earth's dimensions implies global surveying, requiring a level of coordination and geographical knowledge suggesting either advanced technology or a unified ancient civilization. Intriguingly, other ancient structures around the world, from Teotihuacan to Angkor Wat, encode similar mathematical constants and astronomical alignments, suggesting a common source of knowledge. These structures occupy positions on Earth's surface that create geometric relationships, forming what some researchers call a global energy grid connecting sacred sites across continents. The Great Pyramid sits at a node where this proposed grid's ley lines intersect, potentially explaining its location and its proposed function as an energy collection or transmission point. Within the pyramid, the king's chamber's granite walls contain magnetite, a naturally magnetic mineral, suggesting the chamber was designed to interact with Earth's magnetic field. Sensitive magnetometers detect unusual fluctuations in magnetic fields within the pyramid, patterns that some interpret as evidence of the structure's energetic function or even residual charge from ancient use. The precision of the pyramid's construction exceeds modern building standards, with the base level accurate within fractions of an inch and the sides deviating from true north by mere arcseconds. This precision served no practical purpose for a tomb, reinforcing theories that the pyramid functioned as a sophisticated instrument requiring exact calibration to operate correctly. The relationship between the pyramid's perimeter and height perfectly encodes the mathematical relationship between a circle's circumference and radius, demonstrating advanced geometric knowledge. This same ratio appears in subatomic physics describing electron-orbital relationships, suggesting the pyramid's designers understood fundamental laws of nature manifesting at every scale of reality. The Great Pyramid's weight, estimated at nearly 6 million tons, creates enormous pressure at its base, potentially generating electrical charges through piezoelectric effects in the limestone foundation. This pressure, combined with the underground water flow and the pyramid's geometric focusing properties, could create a system generating substantial electrical power through entirely natural processes. Recent experiments replicating the pyramid's acoustic properties on a small scale have successfully generated measurable electrical current, lending credibility to the power plant hypothesis. The pyramid's missing capstone, if it was indeed made of gold or another conductive material, would have served as the system's transmission antenna, broadcasting energy to receiving stations. Egyptian obelisks scattered throughout the ancient world, traditionally interpreted as religious monuments, may have functioned as receivers for this wireless power transmission system. This interpretation transforms our understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization from primitive tomb builders to sophisticated engineers implementing technologies that rival modern wireless power concepts. The Dendra light bulb, a mysterious carving in the Temple of Hathor, appears to depict electrical equipment including what resembles vacuum tubes and power cables, possibly documenting this ancient technology. The Baghdad battery, a 2,000-year-old artifact capable of generating electrical current, proves ancient civilizations possessed electrical knowledge, supporting theories of more sophisticated applications at Giza. As modern science rediscovers principles of wireless power transmission and resonant energy systems, the pyramid's design appears increasingly prescient, as if preserving knowledge for future generations to decode. The pyramid stands as a silent teacher, its lessons encoded in stone, waiting for humanity to develop the scientific sophistication necessary to comprehend the knowledge embedded in its architecture. Whether it functioned as a power plant, a consciousness chamber, an astronomical computer, or all of these simultaneously, the Great Pyramid represents a convergence of science and spirituality that modern culture artificially separates. The ancient Egyptians, or the civilization they inherited these structures from, understood that consciousness, energy, and matter were interconnected aspects of a unified reality, a truth quantum physics now confirms. The pyramid's precise astronomical alignments track the precession of the equinoxes, a 26,000-year cycle imperceptible within a human lifetime but encoded permanently in stone for those who understand the language. This cosmic perspective suggests the pyramid's builders thought in civilizational timescales, creating a monument to outlast cultural collapse and preserve essential knowledge through dark ages yet to come. Modern civilization, with all its technological achievements, has yet to build anything comparable in scale, precision, or durability, suggesting we have lost rather than gained capabilities over the millennia. The pyramid complex includes causeways, temples, and subsidiary pyramids arranged in patterns that mirror celestial configurations, creating a terrestrial temple that reflects the heavens. This microcosm-macrocosm relationship represents a fundamental principle in esoteric traditions worldwide, as above, so below, the idea that earthly structures can embody and channel cosmic principles. The pyramid's four triangular faces converging at a single point symbolize the many becoming one, a geometric representation of spiritual teachings about unity underlying apparent diversity. Mystery schools throughout history have used pyramid geometry in initiatory chambers, suggesting the shape itself possesses properties conducive to consciousness expansion or energetic transformation. Modern pyramid researchers report unusual phenomena when meditating within pyramid structures: enhanced awareness, altered time perception, and spontaneous mystical experiences that defy conventional explanation. Food placed within pyramid models at specific proportions reportedly remains preserved far longer than normal, leading to theories about energy-focusing properties inherent in the geometric form itself. Whether these effects result from electromagnetic focusing, consciousness interaction, or unknown properties of sacred geometry, they suggest the pyramid shape itself encodes functional principles beyond mere aesthetics. The Great Pyramid's absence of a proper foundation, built directly on bedrock, demonstrates the builders' confidence in the structure's stability and their sophisticated understanding of geological engineering. This direct contact with bedrock also maximizes the structure's connection to Earth's electromagnetic field and seismic vibrations, supporting theories of the pyramid as a geologically powered energy device. The pyramid's internal passageways create a labyrinth requiring precise navigation, possibly serving as an initiatory journey where physical progression through the structure mirrored spiritual advancement. Ancient texts describe initiates spending 3 days within the pyramid's chambers, undergoing trials that would transform them from mere mortals into illuminated beings possessing sacred knowledge. This initiatory interpretation explains the structure's features as tools for consciousness transformation rather than funerary architecture, with each chamber serving specific purposes in the mystical curriculum. The combining of precise scientific knowledge with esoteric spiritual practices represents a unified worldview where technology and mysticism were complementary rather than contradictory paths to truth. Modern education artificially separates these domains, but the pyramid demonstrates that its builders recognized consciousness itself as a force to be studied and harnessed through properly designed structures. The pyramid's scale alone serves a function. Its massive stone bulk creates a stability that has endured earthquakes, wars, and weathering that destroyed lesser structures built millennia later. This durability was intentional, designed to preserve the knowledge encoded in the structure's geometry and position long enough for future civilizations to develop the understanding necessary to decode it. We may be that future civilization, finally possessing the scientific instruments and theoretical frameworks needed to recognize what ancient builders preserved in the world's most extraordinary architectural achievement. The Great Pyramid stands at the intersection of multiple mysteries, astronomical, geological, mathematical, and spiritual, each layer of understanding revealing deeper complexities beneath. Perhaps its greatest lesson is that we should approach ancient monuments with humility, recognizing that conventional narratives may obscure rather than illuminate the true capabilities of our ancestors. The pyramid whispers to those who listen that human history is not a simple arrow of progress but a cycle where advanced knowledge has been gained, lost, and must be rediscovered by each age that earns the wisdom to comprehend it. The Great Pyramid of Giza remains humanity's most profound architectural enigma, challenging us to reconsider our assumptions about ancient civilizations and the knowledge they possessed. As we continue to study this monument with ever more sophisticated technology, we may finally unlock the secrets its builders encoded in stone 45 centuries ago. Thank you for joining us on this journey through ancient mysteries and modern discoveries. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe was the pyramid's true purpose? Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop seeking the truth hidden in plain sight.